What's up, guys? I just wanted to take a minute and share something cool that I learned this week in school. Imagine that. I learned something worth telling. For those of you guys that don't know, I am in a master's program to get my degree in occupational therapy right now in Arizona. And for those of you that don't know what occupational therapy is, I'll make a whole video about that because I love it, and a lot of people just think I coach people on what jobs they want, which is not the case. But that's a whole nother spiel. So anyways, this week we learned about something called motivational interviewing, and it really struck a chord with me, and it's something that I've been practicing myself, and so I thought maybe I would share because I think that not even just in like nutrition and working out and those type of goals, but it works with any type of goal setting or anything that you may want to change in your life. This is a really good way to look at things, and I'm really learning now more than ever that your perspective and your mental attitude towards something, whether it be positive or negative, has a huge effect on the goals that you're able to reach. And so anyways, this technique, I'm going to maybe do something kind of interactive with you, so if you want to actually do the whole thing with me, grab like a pen and paper and you can pause me when I tell you to, but if not, since I'm not actually there with you, you can just kind of watch and get the gist of it. So I want you to think of something that you want to change in your life, something that, maybe you're working towards, or for example, you are wanting to lose weight, or you want to stop smoking, or you want to get up earlier in the morning so that you can get your day started earlier. Whatever it may be, think of that and keep it in your mind. And now I want you to rate that on a scale of 1 to 10, how badly and how important it is for you to change, to make this change in your life. So 0 being not at all, and 10 being it's extremely important to you. All right, got it? Okay, so now here's the part that's a little bit tricky. Whatever your number may be, I'm going to use 6 for an example. Say you say that you want to lose weight and it's about a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. As friends and colleagues and family and coaches and whoever else, a lot of times we are so quick to say, well, why not a 10? Like, what do we need to do to get you from a 6 to a 10? But motivational interviewing says, why not a 0? Why is your reason to change at a 6? Or even if it's only at a 2, why not 0? What makes up those few numbers that get that gap, bringing it up from a 0? If you're at a 0, I don't really know what to tell you. So maybe I haven't learned that. Maybe that's next week. But because the thing is, when you say why not a 10, the first thing that it does to people is it makes them become defensive, and it makes them feel inferior. They feel like you're attacking them, whether it even be something really small and silly. They have to defend their position for where they're standing and why they're lacking in something. Versus if you say why not a 0, the only thing that they're defending is their reasons to change. And you start this thing called change talk. So if you want to lose weight and you're at a 6, and I say, well, why not a 0? And you say, well, because, my family says it's important to my health, my doctor says it's important, I want to be able to buy this dress I've been looking at, and it only comes in this and that size. You're sitting there defending your reasons to change. And that talk is so incredibly powerful. Even just having that conversation with someone and having them on their own say out loud their reasons for changing, or even yourself, if you look at your goals as why you want to change rather than what you're lacking in changing, it becomes such a powerful thing and such a powerful movement of this change talk. So another thing that I learn, all these kind of psychoanalytic ways to look at people and analyze their stance on things, and this is something that really struck a chord with me as well, is when you're lifting, in your mind, are you counting, say you're going to do 10 reps. Do you start at 10 and you count down and only look at how many you have left? Or do you start at 0 and count up to that you completed 10 reps? Because as silly as this sounds, and I know it's just counting, you're conditioning your brain to either think, I only have 5 left, 4 left, 3 left, or you're saying, I've already accomplished 7, 8, 9, 10. And such a petty small thing can make a huge difference, because if you stop, it's not, oh my gosh, I still had 4 left, it's, holy cow, I got 6. And that's kind of a big thing, that you stop, you end on what you've done rather than what you're lacking. And I think that this small way of changing the way that we think can help in so many aspects of our life. I was also thinking of, somebody that's wanting to lose weight, and it's so easy to get really down on yourself about, I made this poor eating decision, or I binged here, or I didn't get all my calories in this or that, and it's so easy to focus on those things instead of looking at, holy cow, I made a great choice when I was out at dinner last night, and I was great on my diet yesterday, or I drank all the water that I was supposed to, or I went to grandma's and didn't have that cookie, or whatever it may be. You don't focus on those a million great things that you've accomplished. You look at these two things, and it's this make or break situation where you go to bed feeling like a failure. And I think that it's time that we stop focusing on our failures and we celebrate our many successes throughout the day. I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of them, and we are so quick to just focus on these two little things that we did wrong rather than all the things that we did right. And when it comes to change, that also goes to show, to look at, all the progress you've already made towards those goals rather than this giant gaping hole of how far you have to still go. I think that even before you've made the change, the fact that you can talk this change talk and you can talk about why you want to make those changes, it's huge, because that's better than saying, I don't want to change at all. And I definitely think that there's a big difference between walking the walk and talking the talk, and you can only talk about something so long. But if you find a position where you're defending your goals and you're defending why you want to change, it makes it so much easier when you have temptation or when you want to fall off the bandwagon, because you have this list of these reasons why you shouldn't, and you came up with them. It's not someone else saying, you need to be at a 10 to change because this, that, and the other. You're defending to them, I'm going to change because X, Y, and Z. And I think that that's so huge and so powerful, and we can start doing that with so many little tiny things in our life, and then it ends up being this huge change where our daily mental attitude is focusing on the positive and focusing on how many changes we've already made and how many great things that we've done, rather than looking at where we may be lacking or how far we still have to go. So try it out, maybe either with yourself, start changing the way that you think, or test on somebody that you love. Ask them what a goal that they have is, and rather than being so quick to fix it, I think I'm guilty of it too, where I'm such a fixer, and when somebody says I want to do this or I want to do that, I tell them how they can do it, rather than asking them why or how important it is and why is it not completely unimportant. And then they create the change and they come up with what they want to do and how they're going to do it. And that's in itself is such a powerful thing, that we have chosen what we're going to do and we do it. And I believe in all of you, and I think that it's time that we stop all of this negative self-talk and going to bed focusing on our failures, and we start celebrating our successes, because there are so many of them. So try it out. Let me know. I'll check back next week if I learn anything awesome, and I hope y'all have a great day.